So as I'm going to all these different locks, this is the next one I wanted to do. It's called Deep Lock Quarry. And as you can see, they're going to tell you the narrative of what this was. It was shared by American Indians, pioneers, canal workers. Under layers of dirt and trees, sandstone was discovered. So, the sandstone was obviously from old world construction that had gotten buried. They're presenting it as those natural, but it was just the remains of. Look for remnants of the past during your hike. So they tell you truth in plain sight, but they're not telling you the actual truth. I'm going to go to the lock. So here's this extremely deep canal. So amazing, this old world construction. And, can't say it enough, but something constructed like this in the late 1800s with horse and buggy just does not fit the narrative. And, the more I go around to different areas and find this stuff and really take it in up close, looking at pictures of this stuff is one thing, but actually being there and feeling the energy of it and really taking in the amount of work that would be put into this in the time frame that they're saying that it would have been in, and it just does not add up. So it's stuff like that, that just gives so much proof to our history being completely fabricated, because there's no denying that this is something that could not have been built by So I just wanted to point these big round cement stones out. They say that they were used to hull oats, which later became Quaker Oats, which started in Akron. They said that these were millstones, but they might have been. But I think whatever factory or whatever was here before in the old world, they just reused these. They're massive. There's my hand. Well, that doesn't do anything. Right, there's my dog. You gotta tell how big that is. And they have the square holes in the middle, which would indicate that it would be used for making these spin or roll. But I tend to believe that they were used for something else in the old world. What? I don't know. What do you guys think? If you have any ideas. These are all over Akron. Just scattered around. Kind of just like they were just tossed off and thrown wherever. Just stacked and... why would these be here on this trail? It's just a trail in the woods, and these are just randomly here. It's just a bizarre thing. Just kind of walking along the path, and there you have another one. And there's actually one right back there. And this is right along the canal, so, why would they have these out here by the canal if they said they were using them to mill oats? I think these were used with the canal system in some way. So here is a perfect example of them controlling the narrative of what things are that have been left over from the old world. They call it a mystery. What are these square bases? With the metal coming up out of them. They said that there are for wooden derricks. Old-fashioned cranes sat on the bases throughout the park, using a horse and a system of pulleys to hoist heavy pieces of sandstone into canal boats and trains. It's always here they're talking about the buildings that were already here and the foundations that they found. Foundations. That's why everything is called a foundation, because we're building over top of what we found. So, of course, it's used in other words. Other situations, we're going to build a foundation. Now it's just a normal term. But it came from the fact that we just found everything. You know, the founding fathers, the foundation of our nation. Foundation, because they're telling us in plain sight, everything was just found. And just kind of the different angle coming at this, but what this shows is just the size of these massive stones that they were moving around and placing perfectly. You know, the engineering that would go into this would be unbelievable to have been done with the technology that they had in that time period. You know, and they're saying that, you know, farmers and pioneers and Indians and just kind of whoever was around was building these things. You know, they put the narrative in our minds that people during those times, they just worked harder, you know, they were just more, you know, than us today. That's just their way of getting it into our head that, you know, they didn't have all the assistance we have today with all the machinery, so they had to do manpower, real hard labor. I don't care how strong you are, you know, you're not doing this with horse and buggy and digging this out to perfection, to keep it perfectly level. You know, canals in general prove flat Earth, 100%. Look at the corner of how this is designed. It's probably hard to see in the actual camera. Yeah, I really can't tell in the camera there, but this bends around. It's not a sharp angle. It's like a perfectly kind of rounded design. Yeah, just the size of these. So it's just amazing stuff that's right around for us to see during the time when, you know, Jesus was ruling and his angels were helping us build stuff like this, and the society was just amazing and so much more advanced, and all they're doing is trickling that technology back out to us, the ones who found it. So as you're out in your towns looking at the old world construction, and just look at everything through a little bit of a different filter, and you will see what was here, what was already here. And all it is just changing our perception. That's all it is. It's their biggest trick. So guard the gates of your mind. What you think about, you bring about. And if you're not doing magic to yourself, something else is or will for you. I love you guys. God bless you.